airing today. So some of you may have heard of him or seen his TikTok videos. He's always the tattoo artist from Shreveport, Louisiana, and he does some pretty amazing stuff. He's been viral on a few of his videos on TikTok and on Facebook. And on Facebook, he has 87,000 followers. So that's a big rep. He always speaks out and reps Shreveport Bossier. So, yeah, here's one of his videos right there. And he is an amazing tattoo artist. Look at that work. That's just phenomenal. Black and white, gray, realism, tattoo arts. It takes extremely good talent to create this kind of work at that level. And he also is a painter. He does phenomenal paintings. Like, look at this. Look at that painting. It's beautiful. But he does phenomenal paintings, phenomenal tattoos, and he is right downtown at Hand Forged with another really well-known tattoo artist that owns that shop. Hand Forged is owned by Otto. And he's a really well-known tattoo artist, has been since I was a teenager. I believe Otto has been around for a while, and he is phenomenal as well. So you're gonna get to hear a bit about how much he loves our area, and you're gonna get to hear a bit about how he became a tattoo artist and what he went through to become one. Um, and it's quite a good interview. I look forward to showing you guys. There will be a commercial break at some point in the middle of that conversation. Just bear with me. We'll get right through that and get back to the rest of the interview. All right, guys. You go ahead and enjoy. This was a great conversation, and I'm happy that he decided to come onto my show. Hello, I'm Brittany Hazelton, and this is Architects Artistry, where we explore the arts in our area. Today, today's guest has gained attention for his extremely talented visual arts skills with a unique canvas. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Jlynn Attaway from Hand Forged Tattoos.
All right. So first, let's talk about your tattooing style. What is it called, and how would you describe your own style?
I do black and gray realism mainly. Well, you can add surrealism to that also because I like to do weird stuff
Oh yeah,
in my realism. Um, it's just wild stuff.
it is.
A lot of animal portraits, and I like to make those weird sometimes too, depending on the canvas. So
I've seen quite a few of your videos and stuff, and I gotta say that must take a lot of talent. Like realism in that level, you is takes a lot of talent, but then realism on skin, I can imagine is even more challenging.
yeah, because canvas and paper don't move.
Yeah.
Humans do, but it's super fun, and I wouldn't say that it's well. When I first started, it was pretty challenging.
Yeah.
But once I kind of got into the swing of things, it's like almost autopilot, and it just comes naturally.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is when you really like when you've been doing art long enough or you've been doing a specific thing in
Yeah.
art for long enough, it becomes like second nature.
Yep.
So how long would you say that it take you to develop these skills and
Uh,
how did you practice?
so I've been tattooing for 13 years. I've been doing black and gray realism for close to 4 years.
Oh,
Before that, I did primarily everything color, and then one day I decided that I wanted to try black and gray realism. I was always scared of it, um, and what I did originally, it was okay. It was cool, but at the
well, you
time
gotta
I
start
was
somewhere.
like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like, yeah, and I just continued doing it. And when I had one client, he came in and he got an original design from me, and I just had so much fun doing it, and it turned out so nice that I was like, this is what I want to do.
Nice.
I don't want to do anything else.
Wonderful.
And it's just leveled up since then.
Well, the first when you were talking about the first one was okay. Well, that's kind of how it is, though. We think it's the best thing once we've made that step to something. We've progressed. Our brain tells us, "Oh, holy, we did it. We did it. This is the best thing," and then we keep leveling up, right? That skill over like so long, just practicing and developing it. I gotta say, like, I could see why you were a little scared because the biggest and most important thing that I've learned, at least that I've come to a conclusion in art, and that goes with like painting too, is values.
Yep.
And what your work is very much is all about values.
Yep.
In the work, like how much dark depth and darkness to light, because you really are like tattooing light on people.
Yeah.
So, when you before you got into tattooing as a career, were you an artist before then?
Oh yeah.
And so did you do any realism before that? Like at that time?
Kinda. So I've been doing art basically my whole life. Drawing, of course, when I was in like middle school, drawing Dragon Ball Z stuff. And stuff
Hey,
like
I
that.
did that too. That and Pokemon.
Yep. And then I took it was like these little private art lessons for a little bit.
Oh.
It was like every Thursday for like an hour. I did that for like 6 months, and
Nice.
in there I got to play around with realism, but I was really young.
Yeah.
So it wasn't nothing that I really just took to. I was more on the like cartoony side of things. And realism really came along way later. Way later.
Oh. Well, we all start somewhere, and that's not to. I feel like you just found the right path for yourself because we got amazing cartoonists out there and stuff, but like, sometimes you just kind of, especially when you're young, you're just kind of like developing and finding what's going to be best for you. It was the same for me when it came to like my style, which I was mostly self-taught.
Yeah.
Did you not have access to education in school for art?
I did. I went. Let's see. I had an art class in like 9th or 10th grade, but I never even completed high school.
Oh wow.
I dropped out in the 11th grade.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, I had one art class too. I think it was like in 9th grade as well. So.
Fun fact. My art teacher, she was very mean. But I was kind of a rowdy kid, class clown. She told me I would never be anything.
Oh.
And for a long time I thought that.
I hate that.
It wasn't until, God, I was way out of high school. It's probably 23 before I started like painting, drawing, and eventually tattooing.
Yeah.
So I would have never thought that like it would have been my whole career.
Right.
Never thought that.
That was kind of the same for me, like, as well. I didn't have like really much actual. I was lucky that my high school teacher that I did have, she was extremely supportive. Great teacher, Miss Francis at Southwood. She encouraged all of her students, and she taught us the different styles of art, like from different artists, but she also encouraged us being original and thinking for ourselves. And I was lucky in that regard because I don't know how I would have handled it if I had a teacher like that. Like, that's rough, And you're not the first person I know that's had a teacher like that in high school. That ruined their.
Yeah.
I've straight known people who just stopped doing art completely because of something their teacher told them.
That's a shame.
It is a shame, and you never know what they could have been.
Yeah.
if they would have been encouraged as opposed to, So it's very important to encourage creatives,
Oh, for sure.
But I'm glad that you didn't listen to her, right? And when I kind of accidentally became part of the art scene here in Shreveport, and I know you're from Texarkana, correct? So what inspired you to move here to Shreveport?
So Texarkana, not talking bad on it or anything like that. The art scene is just extremely small, especially in the tattoo community.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of drama back and forth, and a lot of closed-mindedness. Shreveport is a bigger area, obviously. More open minds, bigger art scene. I knew coming here, I would have more of a chance to do the art that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Or at least that I envisioned that I wanted to do.
What I feel like is, when you have little art scenes in smaller areas, it's not necessarily a bad thing for those artists that do well in those scenes because they have the connections and, they get access to the locations to utilize. But some artists are just meant for bigger cities.
Yep.
And you do seem like, personally, in my opinion, you seem like an artist that needed to be in a bigger city. Especially with your skill, you need a larger base of clientele that are accessible through here,
Yep.
Tell us about the tattoo studio that you work at.
I work at Hand Forged Tattoo. It's downtown Shreveport. This location is relatively new. We've been there for, I think, a little over a year now.
Okay.
It's actually the old Big Sun studio.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think I remember seeing when you guys got that location open.
The owner is Otto McPherson.
I've heard of Otto.
And I think he's done great. Getting this building, turning it into what it is, and just giving us a place to just evolve.
I also think it's good to be downtown.
I love it.
I
love it. Like, a lot of people, when we originally got it, were like, oh man, how do you feel about being downtown Shreveport?
It's not that bad.
And I was like, it's not bad.
No.
And, I feel more creative being downtown. Like, I feel like an artist,
Yeah.
So...
I mean, that's really where we need to be, kind of in the urban culture center, the cultural center of the city,
And it's cool because we have our own little parking lot, and you walk out the door and there's the Regents Tower and the Johnson Building, and all this just
you get to see these these
stuff
historic buildings, and you're surrounded by history down there, back from some of those buildings are as old as when Shrevetown. Was Shreveport was Shrevetown, and it's it's the energy. A lot of people I don't think they get out to the area. They just hear, words from somebody who's passed down words from somebody else, and it's like you gotta actually get down there and experience it yourself because this, it's a beautiful downtown area, and every year we see more and more buildings getting revitalized there.
And I cannot wait. Dude, Shreveport has so much potential, and I just want to see it in my lifetime.
Right?
Live up to that full potential. And I feel like if, people would quit, reverberating this, narrative that it's just so bad and this and that, more things would come. And I've seen more things come so far. We're down there now, and I think it could be great.
I think it could be too.
And I just want to see it.
Me too. I feel like my thing about it is hey, look, if you're just making negative commentary, and you're not listening to all these people who are telling you, "Hey, it's great. I'm here every day.
Yeah.
I walk down this road.
Yep.
I explore downtown late at night, and nothing's ever." And like you're ignoring all of that, and then all you have as negative thing is you're not actually trying to improve.
Yeah.
You're not trying to improve the community, because if you really cared about things being bad, then you go out and do some good, right? Interesting question I wanted to ask you is, how do you go about pricing your tattoos, and what advice would you give to other tattoo artists who are struggling pricing themselves?
I dealt with underquoting myself a lot in the beginning. So the first shop or not the first one, but one of the main shops I worked at when I first got into the industry, I didn't price anything. My boss priced everything.
Oh, wow.
And so once I moved out of that situation and came here, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to price stuff, and I felt like I was giving away stuff for like next to nothing, for at least for my like level of artistry.
Yeah, especially with the quality of your work.
And now I've kind of just I've how can I say this?
All right, guys, you're going to have to wait to hear what he says, because we got to run that short commercial break, and then we will be right back to the interview so you can hear the rest of what he says about his pricing and his advice for pricing, which is important for artists, guys. It's one of the hardest things. We can create as much art as we want, but selling ourselves and selling our art is difficult. All right. Here's that commercial, and we'll be right back into the interview.
I kind of use my surrounding artists as like a base point,
Yeah.
and kind of
Gauge off their talent and pricing.
Yeah, kind of.
Because you do have to kind of go for a price range that's like the area can actually afford, cost of living and everything.
Yep. And I just knew that I didn't want to like price gouge people. Which, to be honest, I am expensive.
I can imagine.
But people, like, your art is just what people are willing to pay for it.
Right.
Like, people pay for it. So I can't be that expensive.
I mean, here's the thing with the quality of your work. I've seen those people at that skill level charge exorbitant amounts of money. So, I'm not surprised that yours is expensive because that does take a lot of talent to be able to do that.
Dude, a lot of people don't understand that if I was anywhere else, like another larger city, if I was in Dallas or Houston or wherever, I would probably charge like double
Yeah.
my charge. But I don't want to do that to people. But I do have to, I have a family, I have
Yeah.
bills and all this stuff that I have to pay for. So, and then I'm not only that, I'm working between 6 and 8 hours at a time,
Yeah.
breaking my back, like my eyes are being shot, like
Yeah, art
hands.
is no joke. It's
So I feel like I got to It's what I'm worth.
hey, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. And when you are good enough at painting or you're good enough at a visual art, understanding what your worth is extremely valuable as a professional artist, And you never want to undercut yourself because, sometimes collectors and stuff, at least for painting,
Yeah.
like collectors look at how much you're selling your work for, and if they think you're selling it for too cheap, they don't see the value in your work.
Yep.
If they see, yo, this person's really cheap, so their
Yeah.
work's probably really cheap. That's like immediately the thought that comes into some people's heads.
I mean, in that side of art, like, because I paint and I do stuff like that as well. I still feel like I'm in that weird mode where I don't know how to
It's rough.
like, but I sell my paintings, so that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
But I still feel like I don't charge enough.
Maybe not. But hey, if you're selling your paintings at a good price and
Yeah.
you get some stuff, have you ever considered doing like a gallery show or any exhibition or anything of that nature?
So I don't know really anything about that side of
Really?
I don't know. Like, I have a few paintings inside of the Agora,
Okay.
and I've done a artist reception at Bears.
Okay.
But as far as that goes, like, that's it.
I'll have to talk to you a little bit after this and give you some ideas. Because I feel like you would probably do well in an exhibition, and that's what I do. I actually have an exhibition up right now at Bossier Arts Council. So
But that's something I've always wanted to do. Like,
nice.
I've seen it in like movies and stuff like that, and that whole just art world where everybody's there to see art and appreciate art. I think it is so cool.
It is.
I don't know. It's
That's my personal dream is like being a studio artist that can have like stuff in galleries. Like that is just ideal,
And it's so I obviously won't be able to tattoo forever.
Yeah.
So, as big as my name is in tattooing, I would like for my name to be that big in like painting as well.
I don't think it's a far stretch.
I
You
hope
know?
not.
And maybe you can bring the people that are fans of your tattooing into the gallery world.
Yep.
That would be great.
I'd love to do that.
So
As I get old.
So yeah, you like you were saying, you have done very well on TikTok and Facebook. You have a large amount of followers, and I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to an artist wanting to grow their TikTok or their Facebook? What advice would you give to them?
So the way I did it is the only way I know of it working, and that's consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically, let's see, how did I do this? I just stayed consistent. I always tried to, well, there's so many elements that go into this, and I'm always me, just like full blown me.
Authentic self.
Authentic. Even though in person, like, I'm kind of shy and reserved, how I really want to be though is out there.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to do that, but I'm getting better at it.
When you're by yourself recording and things, you can, if you're able to drop all them walls,
Yep.
all the masks, and
Yep.
just like be yourself, it's might be easier in front of a camera.
So I do that, and then I always make sure I'm dressed as good as I can be, which I dress the same way every day,
Hey,
but
gotta look
it
good.
looks cool, Like I
Yeah.
feel like I look cool. I feel like I look good, and I feel like if I look good, then I'm gonna do good. Uh, and I do that. I always it's the same thing over and over and over again, and
I
it's
mean,
just, hey, I'm Jlynn, and I'm a tattoo artist in Shreveport, Louisiana. I always got to shout that out.
oh,
That
I do love that.
dude, like I want there to be some good here, and that's the only way I can think of to use my skills to put out good. And there's a few people around here doing that, but like we need more. We
Right,
need more.
right. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that you do always shout out our city and that really like, the way I found you was someone's like, "Did you see this viral TikTok like person? This is a tattoo artist from Shreveport." I'm like, "Who is that?" Like I had
Yeah.
never seen you
Yeah.
before and I saw that I was like, "I got to follow that person." That's cool. So I followed you and I see you
Yeah.
always doing that and I'm like, "That's cool."
Dude, that first viral video that I had on TikTok, so many people had no idea who I was, and I'd already been here for years,
Wow.
years. And then it went viral on Facebook. Same thing. Nobody knew I ever even existed, and I just kept rolling with it. And now, like I said, I want to put Shreveport out there in a good light. I try to support other local artists as much as I can.
Oh.
Like my boy Federico at Nailbender.
Oh, yeah, I interviewed him
He's
actually.
so cool.
Oh,
And,
he is. Hat maker.
yeah,
I
dude.
love his hats.
So now I've been wearing his hats in all my
Oh.
little videos just to try to put him on. I did I got the cover of a magazine the other day,
Nice.
and I went to a local photographer. I want to help put them on. Anything I can do to help local artists. I want to see everybody shine.
Well, that's wonderful. That's something I've been seeing a lot more of. It's collaboration across different arts. I've been seeing musicians work with visual artists, seeing some of the DJs getting involved with things, and seeing all the the film people connecting with the art people, and I want to see more of that. Because I was telling Mark Pugh, he's the owner of the Shreveport Comedy Club. I was telling him, I was like, I want to see all of us come together and build an art community that's all the arts.
Yep.
Instead of us staying in our little pockets,
Yeah.
we can make it something huge.
Speaking of him, I'm actually going to be in that Rick and Morty.
Really, the what would
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was hoping that I could go and see that, actually get a chance to see the Shreveport Comedy Club,
Yeah.
and then also get to see cool art for
Yeah.
I love Rick and Morty, so
It's a good one.
it
For
is.
sure.
It is. Well, how can someone follow you and see your work and get connected with you if they want to get one of your tattoos?
So you can follow me on Facebook, Jlynn Attaway. You can follow me on Instagram at the Jlynn Attaway, or on TikTok at It's Just Jlynn. And all my social media has links in the bio that lead you straight to our website.
Nice.
You go to that website, you fill out a form, that goes straight to my email. When my book's open, I go through those emails.
Nice.
And not everybody gets chosen because I get a lot of emails. But,
Yeah.
I do my best. I'm one person. And
Well, I'll definitely link all your social medias to the article, and I'll write it.
that'd be great.
Anytime if you do ever get a gallery show together, I'll have to get you to come back here and talk to me more about it. I really look forward to seeing what more you're going to do in the area.
Hopefully a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. You're already doing a lot for the city, and thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers before we go?
I would like to collab with more local artists, clothing brands, whatever, and any film people out there. I'd like to I'd like to
Hey.
branch into that too. So I think
Oh,
it'd be
you
cool.
gotta get in touch with Wade Compton, definitely. He's the film and entertainment commissioner
Gotcha.
for Shreveport. He's a good friend of mine. He's a really cool dude. I'm sure he'd be interested in that.
A fun fact: before I was ever a tattoo artist, I wanted to be an actor.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm any good at it, but I always wanted to do that. Being where I'm from, it wasn't really gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
But it's still on my bucket list of things to
Hey,
do.
anything's possible. Us as artists, we really are the minds, and the medium really is just our way of expressing
Oh,
ourselves.
for sure.
And I feel like, you can dive into any medium as a creative because you already have the brain
Yep.
for the creative.
Yep.
It's just diving into the medium and learning the medium, right? No matter what
Yep.
discipline that is. But thank you again for coming and
Absolutely.
talking to me. And we'll have to talk again
Oh,
sometime.
for sure.
All right.
I'm always down.
You take care.
You too.
All right, guys. That was my interview with Jlynn Attaway, viral TikTok realism tattoo artist. Does amazing work. I will be publishing a article with some pictures that he sent of some of his tattoos and links to his stuff. So if you want to just look for that, uh, go ahead and keep your eye out on KSLA's page or on my page on Facebook. It will be posted. Um, Also, guys, remember, check out Hand Forged Tattoo. Otto McPherson and him. This is their shop. I think they have other tattoo artists there too. I am not sure, but check out their stuff. It's really cool. Here's while we're here, I believe this is by Otto. That's a really cool, a really cool tattoo. And there's the issue of Carnival Ink magazine that Jlynn got the cover of. Congrats, Jlynn, for that. But yeah, definitely check out Hand Forged Tattoo and give them a follow as well. All right, guys. Also, before if you get the chance, also follow me on Facebook, Brittany Hazelton. You can look me up or Sizica, and you'll find this page with this, little quirky picture of me here. I post art. I post local business stuff, events and things. My art. You can check out my art there as well. Yeah. And sometimes there's interesting, more like behind the scenes stuff than like art events and stuff you might get to see on my page that you wouldn't get to see otherwise. Also, find more of my articles on KSLA.com under under artist podcast and then Architects Artistry. I have both videos and full length articles. Anything art related that I write, it'll be there. And I try to write a lot of art local stuff. Also, you can find my interviews on YouTube on the playlist Architects Artistry, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, any of the streaming apps that KSLA News 12 has. You should be able to find my content on. All right. Thank you guys again. I'm Brittany Hazelton. Remember, support the arts in your area, support local artists. They bring a lot of culture and vibrance to our cities, and if we want to keep you want to keep things going and progressing and cool things to do, then supporting artists is a great way to do that. Always providing local events for you guys to do, so nothing's ever boring if you actually look. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend. I may be recapping this interview Wednesday at 11. So if you want to watch it again, and check it out then. All right. Bye, guys. See you next Saturday at 12.